Just so people.
I'm afraid people are gonna like stand there and talk.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little of that going on. Alright, do we want to start?
Almost started.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid of that. I may have to pull it off into my lap.
There we go.
So is this coming up as a, yeah, it's coming up as a new thing.
Yeah.
So let me open this in a new window.
So you can direct people.
Yep.
Tell them to refresh or something or other.
That's what I wanted to
It's going to be weird because of the delay. Like she's out there in front of the thing. We'll see her walk out.
I mean, we still see that, but the title is right. I don't think it matters that it's from a F-E-Fin webcaster.
Right.
Becky's mom found us.
Of course.
Yeah, that's tripping. Happening.
Yeah, the first day we got in, we were testing. I had no idea it was on a delay. And I was walking around and I walked into someone's office that was testing it on their Facebook. And I was like, seeing me while I was in there, I was like, what is going on right now?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like a detective movie or something.
So like Frank walks by, and then Frank walks by.
Yeah, he's going by a few more seconds later.
We're up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Becky's mom found us.
And she still has. Well, I hate you. I'm not. They are. Yeah.
How are you?
Now you get to show off today, don't you? With all your skills and knowing exactly what you're doing.
Flaunting it.
Don't you know? Don't you know?
I'm basically just replying to people as they talk into the live stream. So.
It's funny. That's pretty cool, though.
Well,
If I
John's the wizard with all of this stuff.
I just plug things in.
I have a screen where I type.
Oh. If I can get into my email, do you know how good the day's going to be?
Well, and I figured out a solution to keep the tripod from moving.
Hey, how about that? How about that? So when does it start?
10 minutes.
I know about all that.
I just told my kids to watch, and they're like, Mom, we don't go on Facebook.
They what?
So we go on Facebook.
We're Instagramming live on Instagram. Tell them we're on Instagram too.
I thought most kids don't go there these days, do they?
Well, they're
Any place your mom goes, you don't want
They're out of there, right?
they will if I ask them, tell them something's happening, they'll go check it out. But,
Yeah.
you know, they're not like, no, we're not doing it. But it isn't their thing anymore. Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
Instagram and Snapchat.
Right.
But I'll tell them. My mom is my 87-year-old mom. It's on Facebook though.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
There's a quilt over there, and it says the lady became a professional artist at the age of 93 and started blogging to keep in touch with people. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's still hope, you know.
It is a pretty.
Versus my grandmother, who still hasn't gotten over the fact that long distance calls don't matter.
Listen, my mother for the longest time had that rotary thing on her phone, you know, the click, 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 click.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we moved her 11 years ago I got to take that off her line.
I had to call the phone company when I was in high school and get them to switch our line from rotary to touch tone. And they're like, you need to go around to every phone in your house and switch the little button.
And do tone.
But I had to call them to tell them to switch it because we got dial-up internet and it wouldn't work with the rotary.
And it won't. That's true.
I don't even think phones have that little switch anymore.
That's funny.
Didn't want to miss it. You look sharp. You got sharp. Yeah, I want to use it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You look sharp today. Hey, how are you? Hi, Bill Ford. Bill Ford. Good to know you too. Good. Bill's a producer like this. We're just here. I didn't know I was. That's what I said. Bill's a producer like this.
He's a legend, not me. Oh, goodness.
Are you an artist?
I'm an artist.
He's a sketcher. What's the word?
What was your impression? Was it okay with the quilts at all? Or?
I think so. Phil was very touched.
Good.
I was like, oh my God, that's a very yellow quilt. Everybody else had red, white, and blue. But
Well, normally I get there's brown ones and green. There's all kinds of different colors. It's that day it just didn't
it
have
just,
any.
yeah. But his pillowcase was naval destroyers,
Yeah.
so. And his family was so touched. I sent you an email for the View. They wanted to know the names of the people.
Okay. So he called. Okay, I didn't get the email. I don't think I may have.
Okay.
The guy from the View called me and said he showed up at 10:45, and I thought, yeah, we'd already wrapped it up by then.
So I sent the photos to the View, and they said we need a write-up, and so I wrote a little write-up, and I copied you.
So now I don't know if I got it yet.
Yeah, because this would have been Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then they replied back, and they're like, we just need to know the names of the people. And
One of my people that received a quilt got me it on Wednesday, and didn't have all the names, and I gave her a copy. Now I've got a copy.
Well, I have a okay copy. This is the second year.
well, and I want to make sure I have your email address right, because I pulled what I had in.
I'm trying to log
Because I
in.
managed the Quilt Museum's email, I just wanted to pull whatever your email was in our email system. I think it was R.L. Warden.
That's D.L. Warden, and that's Donna's,
Okay.
not mine. Aha.
That could be why you never replied.
Right, okay. Let me go to sent mail.
All right, everybody who's here in person, can we all come together in the middle here, please? Come on in. Come on in. Just gonna make a thing here. Welcome. I'll send you everything about it. And,
how's everybody doing? Good. Good, good. Okay, guys, get away from the camera. Welcome to the National Quilting Day Kickoff Event. We'll be going live in probably about 8 minutes or so. It'll be about 2 minutes after the hour. And a few things you need to know. First of all, you absolutely, please take as many pictures as you want. If you want to run your own live video of this, you absolutely can. So, as you know, we're running on multiple live streams at the same time, but the primary one is the Facebook live stream for the Quilt Museum. So there's going to be all kinds of people watching from these cameras. As far as the cameras go, they ask that everybody stays away from about here to about where Laura's standing right there. Believe me, if you walk into it, they're going to let you know. That's why I hire big, intimidating-looking guys to do videos. It's half video, half bouncer. Yeah. So, secondly, is that obviously people are watching at home. There's a number of places in it for applause and what have you, and so definitely participate. I don't think I have that many other things. I guess I should actually look at my list.
can we practice?
Yes! That was a good practice applause. That was nice. I like that. Afterward, when we get completely done, I want to take a picture with the sign and everybody who came. So we'll get done with the entire ceremony. You'll hear me say this concludes. Like a minute will go by, and then we'll actually get everyone together. Melanie will take a picture of everybody. Since this is just for you guys, but the young lady to my right here is Amy Milne. She is the director of the Quilt Alliance. Please give her applause. But I appreciate everybody being here. You will see me come up and signal to some folks that we're 1 minute away, and that actually means we're 1 minute away. Anybody have any questions or anything? Great, well I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a fantastic event, and you guys basically we're basically 5 minutes out now. But just murmur amongst yourself. Hey!
More people.
Thanks for coming. Good.
Oh, that's here, I feel like we should maybe put a few. Can I taste Well, if you want to, we're going to start something. Oh, 1 minute, so you can come back to this area and it's right over here.
Hey, how's it going?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just snuck out
We just got a few people that came in, like 6 or 7 people, so we may have to spread them out again. And a few more.
She's here right now.
Oh, wow.
Georgia and that's not.
I have a couple of photos. We'll do a little event here in about 5 minutes, so you'll know. We'll have some trumpeters, and then you can come back and check out the collection and the miniature area, and I kind of roll hanging here too. Let me.
Hey, how are you, dear? Good. How you doing, man? Frank.
Yeah.
Good to meet you. All right, here's what you got to do. You can stand anywhere you want, except for the stand. Yeah. So that's actually go to the side. And then just hang out.
Yes. And a magnifying glass that sits on me so I can show you. We better go check it. So
Maybe after that.
yeah. I thought I've been thinking about buying. It feels like we don't have anything.
Oh, really?
You good? Everybody's good? Victoria's good? You feel good?
Yeah, we got viewers from Abu Dhabi and the Netherlands currently on our live.
Then I'm good. Then I'm good. I was going for Abu Dhabi. Hey!
She's got blonde hair, I know.
Hey, your mom's stalking you from behind.
Oh, cool. Becky's mom found our live stream. I said hi to her. Told me about it, and I thought I could do this. She's right here. Oh, say hello to her then. All right. Hello, Victoria. Hi, Mom. I got here not early, but at least on time. Okay. Yeah, you don't stand in front of the camera.
Oh, no, I don't want to be standing in front of the camera. All right. Well, have fun with your laptop.
I'm replying to people who post, so.
All right, good for you.
Just making sure nobody's hanging out in the
That's only 2 people.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who have joined. I think that's a +2. No,
That's 2 people watching. That's
I got 56 at 456 at the moment.
Oh, okay. So that's that's the gram. That's not the Facebook.
Yeah.
My fault. Yeah, that's not going to be more than 10. That's not where they're supposed to be. Yeah. So I'm with you now. That was that moment.
One minute.
Right, Frank. Oh, I won't even spill it. Wasn't sure exactly what's going to happen. They played that at my wedding. My husband picked it. Yes, my husband's English piano teacher started our wedding.
Let's do that. Let's get all of you guys to
The night of the conversation,
Okay.
how about trumpet voluntary? Sure, whatever. So that's what we had.
Everybody, 5, 4, 3, now I'm walking off. Thank you so much, gentlemen. This is Jim Cargill and Bob Kraft. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I would like to welcome everyone here in the live audience here at the museum. and the thousands of folks that are watching literally all over the world online to the majestic galleries of the National Quilt Museum here in Paducah, Kentucky for the annual National Quilting Day Kickoff Event. My name is Frank Bennett. I'm the CEO of the National Quilt Museum, and it is my honor to kick off this event this year. National Quilting Day is the day that we all come together and honor quilters and quilting. Before we get started, I'd like to do a little recognition. While National Quilting Day is a celebration of the entire quilting community, it is run administratively through a partnership between the National Quilt Museum and the Quilt Alliance. I'd like to thank the staff of both organizations for the many hours of work they've put into making this event possible. Please give them a round of applause. I'm going to start with a little bit about these two organizations. The National Quilt Museum is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that belongs to and is primarily funded by the quilting community. The museum promotes the expansion of quilting through in-facility and traveling exhibits, youth and adult education programs, and preservation efforts. We believe that quilters are amazing artists and their work should be enjoyed and appreciated by everyone. I'm honored to share the stage this morning with the Executive Director of the Quilt Alliance. Every quilt has a story, and Amy leads an effort to document, preserve, and share the many wonderful stories behind each and every quilt. Please welcome Amy Milne.
Frank, it's great to be here, and I thank all of you who are here in person and all of you who are watching on the automagic of Facebook Live. I want to recognize Frank for his leadership on National Quilting Day. The Alliance took over National Quilting Day from the NQA, National Quilting Association, which many of you maybe have participated in. But Frank had a vision for how we could come together and grow this celebration and really make it for everyone in our community. Not just for guilds, not just for shops, not just for museums, but for all of us. And not just for people who quilt, people who own quilts, who are inspired by quilts. So thank you for for approaching us to partner on this day and making it something really special. And I'm so excited about this kickoff event and the fact that we're going to keep doing this and really building it. And I'm glad that all of you are here in person to be a part of it with us, so thank you. I wanted to say two messages today, two main messages. The Alliance is about documenting, preserving, and sharing the stories and the quilts. And so I want to send a shout out to all the people who are doing things today in honor of National Quilting Day. We inherited a program called Happy Birthday Baby from the National Quilting Association. I don't know if you've heard about it, but the idea is to make a quilt and donate it to the first baby born in your community on National Quilting Day, which to me is just an adorable win-win-win-win-win possibility. So I want to send a shout out to all those who have donated a quilt today, but not just to the first baby, to the thousands, probably millions of quilts that are donated every year to babies, to people in hospitals, to veterans, to anyone who needs a hug, a community hug, because that's what a quilt is. So I want to acknowledge all those folks. I want to acknowledge all the guilds that are doing events today. If your guild is, we want to hear about it on the National Quilting Day Facebook page. There are community groups doing quilt appraisals, quilt dating, quilt documentation. We have a project called Go Tell It at the Quilt Show, and you can go tell it anywhere. It's a grassroots project. That's a video storytelling project. If you've got a camera, if you've got a smartphone and a place to hold a quilt up, you can do this project. So think about it. But I want to shout out too to all those doing demonstrations of quilting today. I know that in my neck of the woods in the Blue Ridge Mountains, they're doing quilting demos, and I know that maybe one of the things that is happening out there in the greatest number are people teaching other people to quilt. And if you've ever taught a child or a new quilter how to get started, then kudos to you, because that's how we are going to keep this art form alive. And it's just, there's so many great things about learning to quilt and what happens between two people when you pass down that art form. So I encourage everyone to consider welcoming someone new to quilting. It could be a child, it could be your neighbor, and there's even efforts going on right now to just make one quilt. Every American made just one quilt. Think about that. That's kind of my quilt. Yeah, just one quilt. And my second thing I want to talk about today, I might need some help with it. Maybe to volunteer to help me hold this up. You want to, Frank?
Yeah, sure.
That's what a good partner does. All right.
There we go.
Okay. This is a quilt label. Okay, it's a little big. This might be a little big for your quilt. But I want to challenge everybody here to label one quilt today. I've got a label for each of you out there with a little card. And our instructions are label one. Don't let the history of your quilt fade away. Start simple. Could be a piece of muslin. These are really simple cotton that just have a couple of blanks for them, who made it, when they made it, where they made it. That's why really each quilt needs a label this big, because that's how big the story is. There's so much to put into a quilt. Quilts are historical documents. They contain a lot of information. So we really encourage folks to label quilts even that they didn't make, but that was passed down to them. Or maybe you found it at Thrift World, and you only know the date that you bought it, and you know the name of that store. That's an important detail that a historian someday is going to say, thank you, because there's something about this that relates to the history of that store, that relates to the history of that community, that is really important. So if you think labeling is something that's just a chore and it's, I know it can be obnoxious, but it's so important. So everybody here, I want you to be able to take one and really label it today. Don't put it off. Okay? Thank you, Frank. One year as a Halloween costume, I went as a quilt label. Fantastic. Well, that is about all I have to say. So thank you so much for having me. You have a beautiful museum. This is just such a treat. If you have not been to this museum before and you're on Facebook Live, make plans now. It's a beautiful space.
Thank you. Amy mentioned documenting all the stuff you're doing today for National Quilting Day. Make sure you hashtag National Quilting Day as you do, because everybody wants to see the ideas of what people are doing around the world to honor this basically a holiday for us. So make sure it's just hashtag National Quilting Day, that you document all the activities that you're doing today. Thank you. All right. The official kickoff of National Quilting Day is commemorated by perhaps the two most synonymous and elementary items that every single quilter in the world uses daily: a needle and thread. Please welcome National Quilt Museum Education Director, Becky Glasby. As you can see, Becky is holding a 4-foot wooden needle that we will use for today's ceremony. The needle was made by a Kentucky artist named Elizabeth Skinner, and the artwork is entitled Stitch Across America. Elizabeth is actually here in the studio for us. If you can raise your hand, please, right back there. I'd like for you to give her a applause. Every year, we pick a person that's made a significant impact in the quilting community to perform the ceremonial threading of the needle that officially kicks off National Quilting Day. This year, we pay tribute to Amy Milne for her tireless service to the quilting community on behalf of the Quilt Alliance by selecting her as the honorary threader for 2019. For this year's kickoff event, please join me in acknowledging Amy and the dedication and passion she has shown for quilting. Ironically, we waited until just a few weeks ago to tell her it was going to be her. Yeah. Did you tell? No. Oh, okay. Let's begin the ceremony. On this National Quilting Day 2019, every quilter and quilt enthusiast comes together to honor our unique identities as quilters. Each one of us plays a part in telling not just the story of quilting, but the story of the world in which we live. As quilters, we are artists, we are storytellers, we are inspirers, we are educators, but above all else, we are passionate advocates for the wonderful art form that is quilting and the extraordinary people that make up the quilting community. With all that said, no further ado, Amy, the thread is yours.
I can make it, I might need a threader. Just to be sure it doesn't escape. No, that's not how you.
Thank you once again, Amy. Before I conclude, I want to remind everyone that the National Quilt Museum and the Quilt Alliance are both nonprofit organizations that are primarily funded through people passionate about quilting, so please support both of these organizations. This concludes National Quilting Day Kickoff Event 2019. Thank you for participating, and everybody enjoy your day quilting. Thank you. For everybody to take pictures.
It's so cool.
Hey Elizabeth, want to come take a picture with us?
Yes.
Yeah, that's close to the camera.
Don't look over here. Let him just take a shot.
Okay.
Fast.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Frank.
Good? All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. Feel free to stay as long as you want. Enjoy all the galleries. And also, like I said, I want to get together, if everybody can kind of huddle in the middle here, I want to get a picture of everyone who attended wrapped around the sign. So basically we'll have some folks over there and then a gap and then the rest of it out here. Melanie, if you can kind of lead them, yeah, just tell them where they need them to go. Obviously, I know I'm in the back with this guy.
Oh, no. You gotta get the picture. I'm loving it. Are you yes. If you can describe like from wherever you are.
You want to get a pan to the crowd?
Can you,
go ahead, lead.
can you slide over just, whoa. Oh, you're fine, hold on. All right, fancy, fancy. All right, let me take a look at everybody. Ruth, are you wanting to be in the picture? There we go. Just checking.
Say, Melanie, pop that door open and tell Kathy to get in here. She doesn't realize we're taking a picture. Just pop it open. Say, Kathy, get in here.
John, would you like to be in the photograph?
Get in this picture. You too. Get in the picture.
Margaret, come on. Margaret, come on. Get over here.
All right, let's see what we're looking at here. I guess we'll get on this chair here.
Yeah, just be careful because it appears to be made out of cardboard.
I'll just, let me see if I can get back here.
Melanie's going to get a chair. Hey.
There you go. Try this direction. I don't know if it's gonna help.
Give you an arm.
Well, we're going to follow our lead.
I need to move. Can you move this chair over here for me? This right over here would be a great spot, actually, but it's.
All right.
Still not. Okay, I need all you to squeeze that way. No, you don't have to. Or that'd be too long. Oh, there they are. Closest I've got is going to be red is Barbara. That's the so everybody on this end is not in the picture.
Okay, I'll shift all the way over there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's just not easy. All right, it's going to be close, guys. Here we go.
I'm all over.
Let us know when you get it so we get a vlog.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all are so patient. I'm so impressed. Okay, it's a miracle. Almost, maybe. All right, nobody move. Let me see if. Oh, so close. That's not it. Mm-mm. All right, hold on to me. I'm gonna lean back on you. Okay. Nobody move. Wow, it's a miracle. Nobody move.
Everybody smile.
I just want to see how patient y'all would be. Oh, thing is, Frank's so dark. Think you can edit that or not?
I can edit, yeah. Yeah, I can edit that.
Sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Priceless.
Ambassador.
That is hilarious.
I should do all that, so I can do just
That is so funny. That one's actually not as bad as the other ones. Priceless.
I might be able to merge them together too.
Squeeze.
I took several photos.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
We got Brazil in there as well. And Suzanne Jones was on there. Her story.
All right, Victoria, it went really well.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I thought you guys. Do you want your Mother's Day present early? I meant to give it to you.
Maybe. Mother's Day's in several months.
No, but I don't want to make you wait.
Well, the whole thing will be on Facebook.
Oh, Victoria, I love it. Wow. Oh, it's great. Thank you. All right. I'm going to use it for stuff. Garden club stuff, probably.
Well, we
has a zipper and
upgraded it to the
everything.
quilted
Of
tote
course
bag.
we did, because it's the Quilt Museum.
And it's got a pocket.
I love it.
Maybe the pocket's inside. Somewhere there's a pocket. Yeah, there's the pocket.
Nice.
Good sized pocket.
Nice strap.
And it's got this leather detail, which I think you can put like a keychain in. I don't know why it has that. So
I don't know, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I like it that it's the way it folds up like that. Nice, thank you.
But yeah, that's what we're giving away to the people who are friends at the higher level.
I'm a friend at the higher level.
I chose it and did the layout and everything, and we asked the artist, just making sure that you're okay, that we put your quilt on a label.
Yeah.
And the reply is, oh, we love it. Can we order 50 so we can give it to our friends and family?
Yeah. I can see where you'd have to get 50 to give to your friends and family if you, yes, I can so see that.
What did we get up to?
110, maybe not quite thousands, but we got Brazil, Netherlands, and United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
Whatever those are.
Not Greenland though, huh?
No.
I know you're still trying for Greenland, huh? Okay, because it would fill in that nice big space on the map.
Yeah, we changed the map out.
Oh, I haven't looked at the map. New Zealand is on the map. There was a great thing about
it. Cuts off on the map that's on the podium.
Okay.
I mean, like that part of the world isn't shown.
Well, New Zealand apparently has a real issue because they got left off the IKEA map of the world just before IKEA was getting ready to open their first store in New Zealand. And the president of New Zealand, or whatever she's called, she was a little irate. As I was coming down Broadway, the big tree in front of the Ketterjohn building had come down. So, didn't look like it crashed into the building, but it sure could have.
Yeah, I meant to message you and be like, look at the giant tree down in front of Ketterjohn building.
I noticed it, yes. All right. Well, that's excellent. Okay.
But yeah, I didn't want you to have to wait.
Exactly.
Such a nice bag.
This is exactly the kind of thing that the garden club might want to give out to people. How much would like 50 of these cost, or 100?
It was, I think, $100 minimum order.
Yeah.
And
they
were about $10 a piece.
Okay.
We ordered more, so it might be more like $11. But people would pay $20 for that easy.
I love it. I love the design. I love the colors.
Well, and that was as big as we could get the design, unfortunately. Yeah. I wish it were a little bit bigger in the space, but...
Yeah, but the artist is happy with it. You picked her quilt. How could she not be delighted?
And
yes.
The text there was... Originally, the stroke wasn't quite as bold around it.
Okay.
I wish it would. I'm not perfectly happy with how that turned out, but
I'm glad you did not put a year on it.
No.
Yeah, that's not. All right. I'm gonna go say hello to Becky.
Hey.
I'm so excited to be part of it.
Yeah, we've had some cool stuff going on. We had people online from Abu Dhabi, the Netherlands, and Brazil.
Are you kidding?
And Suzanne Jones, who's the curator of Her Story, popped in.
Oh my goodness.
Rachel checked in online. Samantha, who used to be one of the tour guides here, popped up.
So the guy here with the camera was WPSD.
Okay.
He came in late, sort of held up the microphone. So I don't know if Frank knew he was coming.
Apparently not, because, yeah.
Okay.
He moved. But hey, as long as we got something, I'm going to go ahead.